Do you know Jakub Jahl? A man who, according to dozens of witnesses, allegedly committed sadistic and perverse violence against children in Africa. Watch here. He is now, through further defamation of AllatRa International Public Movement, together with his colleague from the anti-cult network, Luigi Corvaglia, attempting to influence the Italian parliament to begin persecuting AllatRa IPN on Italian soil. Who is Luigi Corvaglia? Yet another pawn on the chessboard of the Russian anti-cult guru Alexander Dvorkin. Yes, the same Dvorkin who, like Goebbels, the Minister of Propaganda of Nazi Germany, managed to establish real terror within Russia. Yes, the same Dvorkin whose RACIRS organization has been actively spreading anti-Ukrainian rhetoric in Russia for more than 10 years. Yes, that very RACIRS, which together with the Russian Orthodox Church dehumanized Ukrainians in the eyes of Russians, portraying them as an inferior people, as a sect, as cannibals, worthy of extermination. The Italian psychologist and sect fighter Luigi Corvaglia, outwardly respectable professor, much like Dvorkin, uses the same playbook, the same methods. And when I look at Luigi Corvaglia's website and his anti-cult organization CESAT, in effect, the Italian RACIRS, it carries, like all such anti-cult organizations, a noble-sounding banner, a non-profit aimed at protecting society from destructive cults, protecting children. First point in Dvorkin's manual fulfilled. If you want to establish totalitarian control, you must look good. You must appear credible, as if you are protecting children. It is a perversely brilliant way to continually expand these seemingly benevolent programs, and through them to demand even legislative changes, to write letters to influence lawmakers so that they begin drafting and adopting laws supposedly protecting people from cults and sects, but which gradually enslave the very people they claim to protect. Laws that deny everything that forms the sense of democracy, and instead establish real terror as we see in Russia. Look, here's what Luigi proudly shows on his social media. A letter from a politician echoing Luigi's, and by extension Dvorkin's anti-cult propaganda. A letter that is nothing less than a call to the Italian parliament to adopt an anti-cult law. What is such an anti-cult law? Every such law, as Dvorkin's perversely ingenious model demonstrates, is another nail in the coffin of the freedoms guaranteed by Constitution. Once again, it may seem that I'm exaggerating, right? What anti-cult network, what propaganda, what connections and mutual inspiration? Well, judge for yourself. Incidentally, these are the very people who supported Jakub Jahl in his self-defensive narrative. That it was not he who, according to witnesses, committed those horrific acts, but that it is AllatRa IPN allegedly running a smear campaign against him because he supposedly exposed AllatRa. He exposed nothing. He merely copied the anti-cult manuals of RACIRS agents who began discrediting AllatRa in Russia more than a decade ago. And they succeeded. AllatRa. No, real living people have been facing atrocities and terror in Russia because of this network. Along with them, thousands of others from different organizations. And in the end, everyone. Because once terror and the absence of freedom are established in a country, they reach everyone. Each person feels it on their own skin. And now this network seems to do the same in Italy. Yet another attempt in yet another European democratic country. You see, this list of names, they are anti-cult activists from various countries. Stephen Hassan, a deprogrammer from the United States. who reproduces Dvorkin's rhetoric in his books. Thomas Gando from Germany, who went through the same ideological training of propaganda as Dvorkin. The anti-cult network is not fiction. It is not some fantastical conspiracy. The anti-cult network is a real threat to the lives and freedoms of all of us. More details on actfiles.org.